Survivors, this is an introduction video for the Reservoir Raid Nations Cup. Champions will secure abundant rewards for themselves and their alliance, as well as a cash prize. $10,000 is waiting for you. The Reservoir Raid Nations Cup will take place online on January. Registration for Alliance leaders and R4 members also opens on January. Alliance leaders and R4 members can register from Wednesday to Friday every week to select the specific time for the game. We will match all registered alliances according to the times they select. Members below R4 can join a registered alliance to compete in the game. Alliance leaders and members have 3 weeks to prepare for the raid in the new states. The Reservoir Raid Nations Cup starts on February. Alliances ranked in the top 20 and members with level 16 settlements or above will qualify. Alliance leaders, or R4 members, can select up to 30 members to compete in the game, with an additional 10 members to be selected as alternate members. The Reservoir Raid Nations Cup can be divided into 3 stages, namely the points race, the semifinals, and the final. The points race has 2 rounds. In each round, registered alliances from the 4 regional groups will enter an hour-long 1v1 battle according to the time slot they have chosen. During the battle, 2 alliances will occupy and control buildings in order to obtain water and rack up points. The alliance with the most points wins. The alliance ranked first among all alliances within the regional group will take part in the semifinals. Semifinals are 1v1 knockout rounds, with 2 alliances fighting against each other. The winners of the semifinals will compete to become the champion of the Reservoir Raid Nations Cup in the last stage, the final. Thousands of survivors from over 40 countries across the globe will take part in the Reservoir Raid Nations Cup. Gain points for your alliance with special tactics and strategy. Alliances ranked top in the finals will win abundant rewards and receive a $10,000 cash. The virus has swept the world, causing widespread chaos. Humanity's very survival is threatened by hordes of infected. Under these dire circumstances, water itself has become a contested resource. In order to survive, groups from around the world have come together to fight for control of the central reservoir, the last supply of clean water in the region. Thus begins the Reservoir Raid. On the battlefield of the Reservoir Raid, you are the blue side and should enter the battlefield from Safe Zone for blue. Your enemy is the red side and will enter the battlefield from Safe Zone for red. The central reservoir, located in the middle of the battlefield, is the major supply of clean water. To supply enough clean water for the survival of your alliance, you must occupy and control the central reservoir. Near the central reservoir stand 2 large water treatment centers. These are key to acquiring clean water. They are very important in Reservoir Raid. Buildings in the battlefield can also provide following benefits. The workshop can provide troops with extra benefits in battle. The solar power station can speed up the time required to control a building. In order to accelerate your march, you can move your settlement to the neighborhood of the building you want to occupy. During the raid, you can move your settlement numerous times. To reduce cooldown, occupy the helipad. Dev compounds will send infected to attack buildings occupied by the enemy. Water tanks will randomly appear on the battlefield from time to time and will be refreshed 3 times in total. Obtaining clean water from water tanks is very important in Reservoir Raid. In the battlefield, members from 2 alliances will enter into one-on-one battle for a period of 1 hour. Following this hour, the alliance that has acquired the most water wins. Each alliance can have up to 30 players per battle. If any player quits the battlefield after the battle begins, it will usually take them 15 minutes to re-enter. Usually, Reservoir Raid consists of 3 stages. Alliances need to control the water treatment center, solar power station, and helipad. Not only can the time necessary for occupying buildings be reduced, but also more clean water can be obtained. Alliances have to control the central reservoir, workshop, and dev compounds. The central reservoir can provide a large amount of clean water for the alliance, while the workshop and dev compounds bring benefits to attack and defense, which can better restrict the enemy. In the 3rd stage, the alliance occupies water tanks that randomly populate the battlefield to obtain additional clean water. It is worth noting that troops will be wounded, but not killed. Any troops wounded during the raid will recover automatically after the battle. All research tech and other buffs are available during the raid. The Relocator, Rally, and Hospital are all vitally important for a successful raid. Use them wisely. Since different alliances have different tactics and strategy, there is no specific method for any alliance to win the raid. The new Reservoir Raid Nations Cup 2021 dawns. The infected are polluting the last of mankind's precious sources of clean water. Survival hangs in the balance. Now, survivors from all 4 regional groups come together. Hundreds of alliances wage war for the central reservoir.
Hello everyone, I'm Carbon Finn. I will participate in the State of Survival Reservoir Raid Nations Cup. Do you think I can win the championship? Stay tuned with me.
Alliances enter into brutal one-on-one battle to wrest control of the last source of clean water. We're about to go. Are you ready? Occupy buildings to get the most powerful buffs. Secure the most clean water resource within 1 hour. We're running out of time. Attack the central reservoir.
State of Survival. Play now. 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 State of Survival. Play now.
Help! Help!
State of Survival. Play now. Play now.
Feeling lucky?
Here we go again.
Who's a good zombie killer?
State of Survival. Play now.
Gamesplay.org